welcome. I'm Tristan here on my Specialty Coffee Explorer channel. Today I want to talk about distribution, very important, especially for the home coffee user. And I want to compare these two distributors. This is the Decent Puck Rake from the company Decent. I believe it came all the way from Hong Kong, which is kind of cool.
Little dirty Decent Puck Rake. We can see that it has the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 needles, and John Buckman says that distribution is very purposely chosen as it resulted in the best evenness of flow rate and all those other metrics and extraction that the Decent measures. Here we have the Sworksdesign WDT tool. WDT stands for Waste Distribution Technique. Well, I'm pretty sure it describes this technique of very evenly spreading the grounds in the portafilter with some sort of rake or tool like this. The color I chose.
So, I want to make an espresso with each and show you the distribution and talk a little bit about distribution along the way. So let's make an espresso. So, the beans I'll be using today are these beautiful La Sosta specialty coffee beans. This is Simone G in Florence. This is his Jabena or Ethiopian blend. It's a light roast. Floral and fruity, juicy body and rich acidity. Distribution is something I really didn't know much about when I started. And the distribution we have the time to mess around with on a home machine and a home setup is pretty different to what my commercial coffee business folks tell me is possible in a commercial context. There's absolutely no time for all this fussing. They got to get a rhythm and a consistency of coffees out, as many as possible at the highest possible quality to please customers in a short time and make a profit. So it's just a different world. So they have something very, very quick, very, very repeatable, and it makes perfect sense. And look, it's delicious. It works really well. But at home we get to explore a little deeper. I'm just grinding 15 grams of the Ethiopian here in my niche 0. Gotta remember to dip my head down so you don't see half a face talking at you. Great, so we've got 14.9 out. There's a little bit of retention there. A little more. The smell of this ground coffee is magnificent. Great, so there was that pushed out quite a bit because now we're suddenly at 15.2. Just going to take a little out. We're at 15.03. Sounds great. A 15 gram VST basket. Let me grab some paper towel here. I like to dry the basket with paper towel because then I don't have to keep laundering. Tea towels because I'm lazy. Great, so I really hope you can see this. Whatever you can see, it'll work out. I'll describe it anyway. So I just appreciated recently, and I should have known, but that wasn't great. There's a fair bit on the floor there. The distribution of the grounds in the portafilter right from the very beginning, I found to be really important. The idea is to get the most even distribution of coffee grounds in the puck here, so that the extraction is the most even, because if there are like less dense spots and lighter spots, the water is going to find the least dense spots and come through really quickly through there. So we're looking to make it completely as even as possible all the way across the puck, so that the coffee is extracted as evenly as possible, resulting in the best, most consistent, most delicious, even espresso and balanced. Great. I hope you can see. So I'm using the Decent Puck Rake. John Buckman from Decent says that it is, that he, based on his experiments and findings with the Decent Espresso machine, which provides so much data. Decent is the brand, the espresso machine that he makes and designed. It is explained that the best way to get this even extraction is with a puck rake. And I've just learned to like fluff up the grounds. They're not exactly clumped up from a niche anyway. They're beautiful. But I just try to distribute the weight of the coffee evenly from the bottom all the way up to the top throughout the basket and have a relatively flat top. Great. So that looks pretty good, at least on the surface. We never know what's happening underneath though. That's a tip for distribution. We're hoping. The distributor is just like this one, but as John Buckman from Decent explains, when you first put this on the puck, it creates a compression in these spots, and then we've immediately caused a problem and an issue, an uneven compression, it then smooths that surface, and underneath the surface there's unevenness. So the surface looks so beautiful after you're tricked into thinking this is perfect distribution, I couldn't possibly do better. But underneath, it's actually potentially quite uneven. So that's why the puck rake comes in as awesome. Okay, let's try this shot. Let's see what happens. And we're going to use these cups. Beautiful La Sosta Jabena, or Ethiopian beans, light roast. Great, so that's beautifully even. I mean, it's not pretty, but it shouldn't matter. And we're cutting that there just a little late there on the cut. So, a word of warning, these espressos, these beans have been in the freezer for about 4 weeks. So they've degassed a lot, but they haven't lost any flavour, thank God. So let's give that a little stir, because espresso is really layered. Gorgeous, a lot of acidity, which I'm really enjoying. I have third wave water in there. Yeah, gorgeous, really balanced, smooth, excellent flavour.
Let's do a shot with the Sworksdesign. Great. So I was pretty happy with that first shot. It was a little, I cut it off a little late because I was distracting myself with filming. Great, so we're going again with 15 grams. Hopefully I'm not going to drop any on the floor this time. Ross droplet technique, a little RDT to make sure that there isn't too much static in the grinder. Okay, without dropping this time, let's see if we can distribute. You probably will struggle to see this, to be honest, but I'm just trying to tap out the grounds really evenly to begin with. So they're pretty well distributed with a mountain, like a mound here. There's a bit of a mound. So this is where distribution tool comes in. Let's take a look at the Sworksdesign. I hope you can see. Let me really try and do it on an angle here so you can see. So look at the Sworksdesign distribution tool in action. So it just really, as you can see, it's just so custom built to distribute the grounds evenly across the whole puck kind of really quickly and easily. The other one takes a lot more work. It's just got more needles, perfectly arranged in such a way that you can just rake the whole puck really evenly, and it just immediately forces those grounds to be I'm still getting used to it, but it forces those grounds to be evenly distributed, trying to show. But that's what we got. So yeah, I've done it before where it looks incredibly even on the surface, but actually down below there are real unevennesses and inconsistencies. So let's hope that isn't happening this time. Leveling tamp, also by Decent. Great. I'm going to use these two beautiful La Susta specialty cups for this. Hopefully they're in focus. If not, I'm sorry.
How even are we? We're about to find out. Perfect. Excellent. I mean, I know it's an ugly shot, but ugliness and awesomeness don't always necessarily correlate. Did not catch the time on that one. 30 seconds. Just a little under 30 seconds. So very much the same as the last shots. And again, that dodgy looking crema is as a result of the beans having degassed quite a lot despite retaining their flavor and freshness.
Very similar. It's actually a bit more balanced and smooth. Yeah, that's beautiful. It's some of the most balanced shots I've ever made since I got this Sworksdesign, I gotta say. Of course, my phone ran out of storage. I was just saying that this makes it so easy to really distribute the grounds very evenly in the puck, which results in a much more even extraction and a more balanced coffee. Once you get a technique going, you can really do it much faster and it's much more effective, such as the design of and the distribution of and the number of needles. A bit more sophisticated and effective than that one. And it just allows for more flavor, more balance. I'm really excited about it. And I was saying like how in home coffee we have this opportunity to go deeper and get even more inspiration out of the coffee at home, and that's very exciting to me. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and like and subscribe down below.